Hey there, it's Yasna, and today's episode is for the people who feel like every little thing knocks them off course. Someone criticizes your work, you're spiraling for hours, a meeting doesn't go your way, your whole day is ruined. You read one comment online and suddenly you're doubting everything you've built. I know that I have experienced that. Let me be blunt. If every small thing gets under your skin, you are giving away your power. And I don't care how much therapy you've had, how many breathwork sessions you had, or how self aware you think you are. If you cannot master your emotional response, you will never master your life. So today, we're going to train a new muscle, emotional detachment, not to become numb, but to become powerful. This little technique is how the most resilient, unshakable leaders operate, and how you'll learn to really move the same way. So let's go. You're not overwhelmed, you're under disciplined. I want you to consider something. The most powerful person in the room is never the loudest, never the one who reacts the fastest. It's the one who's still, calm, unbothered. You think high level CEOs aren't insulted in meetings? You think world leaders don't face criticism? They do. They just don't give every opinion and every hiccup front row, seat in their psyche. But the rest of us, we bleed energy because we have not learned how to separate what matters from what doesn't. And that's what you're going to start today. Because here's the truth: most things don't deserve your reaction. Let's talk psychology for a second. Your brain has something that's called negativity bias. It's absolutely wired to overfocus on threats. We pick up the first negative criticism first before anything positive. But when you don't train that system, everything starts to feel like threat. A missed text becomes rejection. A tough conversation almost means like it's a betrayal. A delay becomes failure. But 90% of the time, it's just noise. In fact, in a study from 2014, the Journal of Psychological Science, they found that people who ruminated over small social slight, they had higher cortisol levels days later. Okay, days later, you're literally flooding your body with stress because you never learn to let things go. And this is also because we don't meditate, we don't have the moments of calm. High performance don't have fewer problems. Actually, they have way more. They just have better filters because real strength isn't in how loud you get, it's in how little you react. Let me give you an example. Years ago, I was advising a leader during a major acquisition, and behind closed doors, things were really tense. Emotions were running high, accusations were flying, everyone wanted a piece of the pie. But the person who held the most influence said almost nothing. They sat back, they observed, they asked one or two sharp questions. That's it. And because they didn't react emotionally, right? They didn't trigger defensiveness, or any kind of chaos. They controlled the room. It was beautiful to watch without raising their voice, without justifying a thing. So that's what you're aiming for, what I'm aiming for: silent strength. So here's how to build it. Okay, let's talk about practical steps for training that emotional detachment. Let's break it into everyday things that we can actually do. Number one, create space before you respond. You've heard that before, right? That text that made your heart drop. Oh my gosh, I hate those. Sit on it. Don't reply right away. And or that email that got under your skin, right? Walk away from your laptop. So many times it's about like how people communicate that's misinterpreted, right? Because the first emotion is a reaction, but the second is a decision. Okay. So pause and step away. Number two, use what I call the 5 year filter. I talk about this all the time with my husband when we are talking with whether our kids should eat more protein. Like, will this matter in 5 months, in 5 years? And if the answer is no, it's not worth your energy. Really, really simple. Number three, you have to find a way to train your body to stay calm. Physiology drives psychology. And if your body tenses up every time you're challenged, your mind will follow. I love doing the exercise where I'm like, tighten every single part of my body, and then you just completely relax because the mind follows. So breathe, relax your shoulders, ground your feet, right? You're not under attack, you're under construction. And then number 4, really important, start expecting hard things. We can do hard things, and obstacles are always going to show up in the way because pressure isn't personal. It's the price of entry of the greats. So if you expect things to go smoothly, then I really don't think that you're ready for real success. I've learned that the more success that I have, the tougher the things become, right? So start welcoming friction. And that's where you get better. And the greats seek friction through working out, through challenging themselves without letting the life provide that friction. That's how they get better in responding to those things. Let's talk about number 5. Let people wonder. You don't have to clap back. You don't have to over explain. Silence is powerful. Let people sit with it because the world doesn't belong to the loud. It belongs to the calm. And we live in the world of the loud. Everyone has a megaphone right now. You get the power by becoming respected, by being the calm. And this episode isn't about becoming, emotionless. I'm not telling you you have to become a robot. It's about telling all of us to stop giving our energy to things that don't build our future. If you think that the obstacle is your partner, your job, the client, the algorithm, all of these different things, the politicians, left, the right, but the real obstacle is that you flinch every time that life pokes you. You have to train yourself to become unshakable, not by avoiding challenges, but by choosing how you meet them. Okay. So here's my final challenge to you. This week, I want you to pick one moment every single day where you practice non-reaction. So if that's with your spouse, with your children, with your coworkers, right, in the car, just practice non-reaction. And this is not avoidance, just non-reaction, right? When the email annoys you, when someone says something that's very condescending, when plans fall apart, when someone these days says something political that you don't agree with or think that they've just absolutely lost their mind, ask yourself, is this worth my power? Is it? And if it's not, don't flinch, don't feed it, just move. Just move. Because once you master the art of indifference, you become untouchable. You don't chase peace, you carry it, you emanate it. And this discipline of detachment is how you get better and how you become unshakable in this world. Okay, so that's it for today. For today, I will see you next time. Don't forget to share this with someone who needs to build their calm themselves, because we want to talk about the things that help us become great, and so that we can realize that we are the ones that we have been waiting for. We can contribute our energy, our gifts, our passions, our purpose with the world and make this world a better place. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Yasna. This is Uplevel Together podcast. And until next time, build your calm.